You know, for decades, eggs have pretty much been public enemy number one. We've been told to be scared of the cholesterol, to watch how many we eat. But what if that whole story was just a big misunderstanding? Today, we're going to crack open all those myths and get to the real, science-backed truths about one of nature's most incredible foods.
So let's just cut right to the chase. What would actually happen if you ate 4 eggs a day, every single day? Is that healthy, or is it actually harmful? The answer is probably not what you think, and it could totally change the way you look at your energy, your health, and even your brain power.
All right, so first things first. We have to tackle the big one, the number one fear that everyone has when it comes to eggs: cholesterol.
You've heard it, I've heard it, we've all heard it, right? Eating eggs is going to clog your arteries. It's going to raise your cholesterol. It's been drilled into us for years, but I'm here to tell you that's just not true. It's a total myth.
So where did this whole fear even come from? Well, it all goes back to some really flawed, kind of shaky research from way back in the 1960s. And since then, we've had decades, literally decades, of solid, modern science that has completely turned that old idea on its head and painted a much, much more accurate picture. So here's what's really going on in your body. Your liver actually makes most of the cholesterol you have. And when you eat cholesterol from food, your liver just makes less to balance things out. For most people, eating eggs often increases their HDL, which is the good cholesterol. And get this, the LDL particles, the bad ones we worry about, tend to change into a larger, fluffier, much less dangerous form. So the bottom line here? Eating eggs doesn't create a dangerous cholesterol profile. It actually promotes a healthier, safer one.
Okay, so now that we've got that whole cholesterol myth out of the way, let's get into the really cool stuff. What makes eggs so incredibly powerful? And we're going to start with their protein.
I mean, just think about this for a second. A piece of steak or chicken, that's muscle tissue, right? It's designed for movement. But an egg is something else entirely. It's not muscle. It's basically the ultimate starter kit for creating a life. It has every single building block needed to build an entire complex creature from just one cell. That's a huge difference. And it's why the nutrients inside are so easy for our bodies to use.
And that unique structure brings us to this really important idea called biological value. It sounds technical, but it's super simple. It's just a percentage. Of all the protein you eat from a certain food, what percentage can your body actually absorb and use to build and repair itself? It's all about efficiency.
And this is where it gets crazy. Just look at these numbers. When you eat beef or chicken, your body can only really use about 78, maybe 79% of that protein. The rest kind of goes to waste. But egg protein? It has a biological value of a perfect 100%. 100. Nothing gets wasted. And what does that mean for you? It means faster muscle repair, stronger bones, a tougher immune system, the works.
And there's more. Eggs are absolutely packed with a special amino acid called leucine. You can think of leucine as the master switch that tells your body, hey, it's time to build and repair muscle. So if you're active or if you're over 40 and trying to hang on to that muscle mass, this is a huge deal.
But it's not just about your muscles. The benefits of eggs go way beyond that. Turns out they're also one of the most powerful foods you can possibly eat for your brain.
So to really get why, we need to talk about this process with a kind of nerdy name, methylation. Now don't worry, it sounds complicated, but the idea is simple. Just think of methylation as your body's ultimate maintenance crew. They're working 24/7, behind the scenes, just keeping everything running like it's supposed to.
So what's this maintenance crew actually doing all day? Well, 3 absolutely critical things. First, it repairs your DNA. Second, it helps your liver get rid of toxins. And third, it produces all those crucial brain chemicals, neurotransmitters, that control your mood and your ability to focus. So if this whole methylation process gets sluggish, you feel it. You feel it as brain fog, low energy, just feeling off.
And just like any crew, this one needs the right tools for the job. And guess what? Eggs deliver the 3 absolute essentials for methylation: choline, natural vitamin B12, and folate. And they're all in forms that your body can just soak up and use immediately. This is exactly why so many people feel sharper, clearer, and just better when they start eating eggs regularly.
And it gets even cooler. Your brain itself, the physical structure, is built from these special fats called phospholipids. They make up the membranes of your brain cells. And where do you find a ton of these phospholipids? You guessed it, in the egg yolk. So when you eat eggs, you are literally feeding your brain the exact raw materials it needs to build and repair itself. That's how it helps sharpen memory and keep your mood stable.
Okay, so we've covered muscles and the brain. But we're not done yet. Eggs also play this huge protective role in our bodies, especially for one of our most precious senses, our eyesight. Tucked away inside that amazing golden yolk are two really powerful antioxidants called lutein and zeaxanthin. And honestly, the best way to think about these is as your eye's own built-in internal sunglasses. I'm not kidding. They actually build up inside your retina to protect it.
And what they do there is they physically filter out the damaging UV light from the sun, but also the blue light that we're all constantly staring at from our phones and computer screens. It's like a shield. On top of that, they actually help sharpen your vision in low light. Some people even notice their night vision gets better.
And as if all that wasn't enough, eggs are like a little treasure chest of other critical vitamins that most of us just don't get enough of. We're talking vitamin K2, which is so important for getting calcium into your bones and keeping it out of your arteries. We're talking about retinol, which is the real, usable form of vitamin A that your skin and immune system need. And of course, vitamin D, which is absolutely vital for your hormones and your mood.
All right, so we know eggs are amazing. The question is, how do we make the most of all these benefits? This last part is all about putting this into practice, how to choose the best eggs, and then how to make them even more powerful.
Okay, let's be honest, the egg aisle in the grocery store can be super confusing. You see cage-free, and it sounds good, but a lot of the time that just means the chickens are crammed into a barn instead of a cage. The gold standard, if you can find it and afford it, is pasture-raised. That means the hens actually get to go outside, eat a more natural diet, and that makes the eggs even more nutritious. But hey, let's be real. Even a standard conventional egg is 1,000 times better for you than a bowl of sugary cereal, so don't stress too much.
And here's a pro tip. You can make your eggs even healthier by pairing them with the right foods. It's called nutrient synergy. For example, the healthy fat in the egg yolk helps your body absorb the antioxidants from greens, like arugula, by up to 9 times. That's incredible. Or adding a little black pepper helps you absorb more of the good stuff from the yolk itself. And of course, pairing eggs with avocado, you get healthy fats, fiber. That's a recipe for steady, all-day energy.
So here's the big idea I want to leave you with. When you eat, you're not just consuming calories. You're giving your body a biological tool set, a set of tools it's going to use to repair, to rebuild, and to protect itself. And as we've seen, eggs offer one of the most complete, most efficient tool sets you can possibly find in a single food. So the real question isn't whether eggs are good for you. The question is, what tools are you going to choose to build your health with?